Hi, my name is John Kelly of the Kelly Law Team, and I want to talk to you about what to do after a car accident. I have 6 tips for what you need to do after a car accident that will ensure that you're doing the right things to make sure that you're getting a settlement and making sure that you're documenting the scene. Number 1, make sure that you're safe. After an accident, there's a lot of other vehicles around. A lot of people think they need to stay exactly where they're at on the road. This can actually set up a very dangerous situation. If you get out of your vehicle and there's cars zipping by, someone may not be paying good attention and may hit you again. So if you have the ability, if your injuries aren't that bad, where you can get over to the side of the road or into a parking lot or somewhere where it's safe, that's important to do. The second thing you need to do is to make sure that you call the police. The police are going to be very important to make sure that there's a third party, an unbiased party that arrives at the scene and documents it. The police, sometimes they're not called because people trust the other person. They may say, you know what, let's just exchange information. We don't need to wait for the police officers to get here. You know, there's stories of officers taking an hour to get to a scene and no one wants to wait around. But I've seen it time and time again where people's stories change. They may tell you at the scene that they have accepted that they were at fault for the accident, but when they talk to their insurance adjuster a week later, that'll often change. So you need to make sure that you lock that scene into a specific statement by having the police come and get the witness information. Very important. The third thing you need to do is to document the evidence yourself. So if you can, most people have phones. You can take out your phone and make sure you take some photos of the damage to your car, the damage to the other person's car, maybe some of the injuries that you have, some scene photos to kind of set the surroundings and maybe the intersection that it happened at, and get as much documentation of any kind of damage that you have. Say you have the airbags that deployed in your car. Might be important to take a few photos of that. Maybe there's specific damage to your tire or the wheel to your vehicle. Make sure you get close-ups and photos that are far away. This kind of documenting is very helpful to your lawyer later on when they're trying to make a claim or when you're trying to make a claim for yourself. The fourth thing that I need you to do is to get witness statements if they're available. Now, you're your own witness, so you can write up a witness statement of what you remember of the accident. Do you have anyone else that was in the car with you? Make sure that they give you witness statements, and they can just email them over to you. Tell them that they need to document what they remember as detailed as possible and email them to you. If there's someone else at the scene, get their phone number, get their license plate if they'll give it to you, get their ID if they'll give it to you. So many times it's hard to track down these witnesses, and the police don't always have time to get the witness statements, and sometimes by the time the officers get there, the witnesses are already gone. Those people you can later follow up with and get additional information, but just make sure that you have a way to contact them. Phone number, even their address if you can get it. Very important to get witness information. The fifth thing that I think is important after you've kind of documented the scene is to go see a doctor. And that's only if you are injured, but I think it's important to make sure that people understand that getting to medical treatment is important, because if you are the type of person that waits to see if your injuries are going to go away, that's not going to give you very much documentation to give to the insurance adjuster later on when you tell them that you were in bed for a week in pain. It's better to at least go to a primary care doctor, have them evaluate you. If you do have other further complications, they can refer you out to another doctor that maybe is an orthopedic doctor that can follow up or give you some physical therapy. It's good to go to your doctors, continue with your treatment if you are injured. It's important to be consistent with that. The sixth thing to consider is to speak with a lawyer, and at least my firm and most others will give you a free consultation. It doesn't hurt to at least reach out and say, here's my circumstances. Does it make sense for me to retain an attorney? If so, how much does that cost? And maybe it is a situation where you represent yourself, but there are statute of limitations, which is the amount of time that you can have before you bring a claim, before it goes away forever. So you do need to understand certain things like statute of limitations, who you have to pay back out of the settlement. Sometimes there's liens that you have to pay back. So some of these things can complicate things that you don't want to miss the mark on any of those issues. If you have specific questions about what to do after an auto accident, please feel free to give us a call here at Kelly Law Team. Our number is 602-283-4122. Thank you.